giving, I just want to have my eyes like this the whole day. Hey guys, welcome to the channel. It is Natalie, and today I am doing a Valentine's get ready with me video, makeup edition. If you guys want to know how I achieved this look, then keep on watching. Okay, so we're gonna start off with primer. No joke, I use this for everything. Every time I put on my makeup, it's me and this primer. We're locked. I'm going to be going in with the Danessa Myricks Blowing Balm Powder. We're going to do a very, very light base. Like, I just want it to be kind of just fun and flirty. Like, that's the vibe of the makeup. I don't want it to be too crazy. So I'm just doing a light flush of this. Very, very nice. I'm just going to blend all of it with this beauty blender. Make sure everything is nice and smooth. That just gives us like a nice base. Like, that just looks like skin. By the way, if I keep looking here, my mirror's there. How do you guys have your coffees? Mine is just, right now I have an oat latte. Next, I'm going in with concealer. I'm going to be using the Dior Forever Skin Correct concealer in the shade 2WO and 2W. I like to blend the two. This one's more peach toned and this one's more yellow toned. I usually reach for this one more. Sometimes I use a neutral tone just to kind of color correct because it does have a peachier undertone. That's what I'm gonna do, just over any areas that I think need some work. A little bit of this. I love when the mornings are so sunny in winter because I like the cold, but I just sometimes when I wake up and it's dull outside, it just sets the mood for the day. I don't mind when it's like a rainy day, but a clear blue sky morning, yeah, nothing beats. Nothing beats a Jet 2. Right, I'm gonna be grabbing this brush and just blending everything together. This brush is from Real Techniques, so it's a staple. I like this concealer a lot because it blends real nice together. Guys, can you believe summer is like 4 months away? That's so crazy. I love this concealer. I actually forgot how much I love this concealer, but it's so good for like the skin, especially with a brush. Like, usually for me, a brush, I just apply the makeup and then I use a beauty blender to blend it, which I will, but I'm quite impressed as well with just how it's taken the brush. Like, look how glowy it's made my skin look. Do you guys have any plans for Valentine's Day? I got this ring for Valentine's, actually. Look how pretty. I got a promise ring for Valentine's. How cute. I'm just gonna blend the rest of like the product under my eyes. Quite happy with that. I think I want to apply a lash today, just at the end, just to like, right, that is everything blended. This concealer for the skin, yeah. Girl, I'm out here getting to the money. We're gonna go in with some bronzer because the face is looking very 2D. I'm gonna be going in with the Jordana Tisha bronzer. This is in the shade Golden Hour. And we're just going to, we need to get real bronze, real cute. I'm gonna match this weather, look very sun-kissed. Do you know what I mean? Like, very sun-kissed. And I'm out here getting to the money. Very nice. I think I will add a bit more concealer under my eyes. I'm gonna add some bronzer to the nose. Okay, I think I'm happy with the way that my face is bronzed. It's just very like sun-kissed, very light. I'm gonna put on some concealer under the eyes so it can set whilst I do my blush. I'm gonna use the Hourglass concealer. This is literally on its last legs, man. No joke. I'm gonna use my NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. I love a bit of NARS Creamy Concealer. I haven't used NARS Creamy Concealer in so long, but I don't know why. NARS just gives me Valentine's Day, like, it just does. It's probably because of their horny ass names, but I love you, NARS. I'm gonna blend with the same brush. I'm going to grab my concealer brush. This is from Morphe. This is the M173 brush. And I'm just going over under my eyes. And I'm gonna just blend it with my beauty blender, just so it blends all together. My base is looking very smooth. I'm looking kind of scary, but that's fine. Now we're gonna go in with blush, the star of the show. For blush, I really want to go for a super like pink, right? It's almost as if my eyeshadow bled down to my cheeks, so that's kind of like the vibe. For cream blush, I'm going to use the Fenty Beauty Cheeks Out cream blush in the shade Bikini Martini. I don't think they sell this anymore. I could be incorrect, but this is the shade. It does actually look very skyy, but once you see this one, just you wait. So I'm going to be using the Refi Duo brush. This is my favorite brush to use for this product. So I literally just stamp this on, and I'm just gonna stamp her right here. You see how bright she is? And then I'm gonna just blend it with this brush, blend her out. Do you know what I mean? I'm gonna add on top the Rare Beauty blush in the shade Happy. This is also like super pink, and a little bit actually does go a long way. So I'm gonna just use a smidgen, and I'm gonna use this brush to blend out. This is what I love about makeup. I just love, like, you can just really do whatever you want with makeup. All right, that's one side done. It does look a bit crazy, but like, that's the point. I like to blend upwards, so it just kind of naturally blends into my bronzer. I'm going to use the butt of my beauty blender just so I can blend it nicely into my concealer. I don't want it to reach too far into my face. And if it does, I can just cover it. I can just kind of go over with more concealer. I'm going to use the Hourglass as well. This is in the shade Beach. And then just lightly go over. I'm gonna add a little bit on the nose. Obviously, can't do blush without putting it on your nose. Like, okay, moving on to powder. Just to set the face, I'm going to be using Huda Beauty Cherry Blossom. Just shake it up. Guys, it's pink. Today we're doing a pink baking powder because and it's blending really nicely with the blush. And then for the rest of my face, I'm going to be using the Huda Beauty baking powder in the shade Pound Cake. This one I've taken the net off, so it's like so messy to use. Now let's move on to the brows, and then the eyes, and then the rest of the face. For brows, I'm going to be using the Rimmel Brow This Way brow pencil. Just going to brush through them. A little, do you know what I mean, little brush. Just roll them on, really. Then I'm grabbing the Benefit Pomade Brow Pomade and doing the rest of my brows. Okay, that's the brows done. They're very sharp, they're very angled. It's just, I'm here. Okay, now we're gonna do mascara, and I think I'm gonna wear a lash. I'm gonna use the cheekiest lash. I'm gonna use my cluster lashes for that. So I'm gonna do a really light mascara moment. I'm using this mascara by Eveline. It looks like this. Eveline Cosmetics. This mascara is actually so good. I'm gonna go in with the Maybelline Sky High Mascara, Cosmic Black as well, just very lightly. The lashes I'm gonna be using is from Fab Lash. I got this from Amazon. I'll have a link down below if you guys want to get these. These are my favorite individuals. As you can see, I've literally used all of number 14. Right, we're gonna get this. Oh, I'm using the Huda Beauty lash glue. This is my favorite lash glue that I've ever used. That's one of the lashes on. I just need another one just to connect it, because it just kind of looks like, you know what I mean, on its own it looks a bit funny. Right, we're gonna add a second one. But I like the vision, I like where it's going. Just to accentuate that a little bit, give that a little bit more personality, because it looks a bit bare boned there. Now look at that. It's just giving raw, you know what I mean? It's giving va-va-voom. It's giving, I just want to have my eyes like this the whole day. That's so funny. Okay, cool. Love a lash that's just exaggerating and everything. Okay, still sticking to eyes. I'm gonna go in with eyeliner. This is the e.l.f. H2O Proof eyeliner. I'm gonna do a very simple wing just to accentuate. Boom. Very nice. Very nice, very simple, very easy. For inner eye, I think I want to go for a very blush look. So I'm gonna use this Kiko Milano palette, and I'm going to use this shade right here and really go in with the inner corner. Because this is matte, I feel like it kind of actually eats a lot. I'm going to start this as my base. Okay, I'm going to be using the Rare Beauty highlighter in the shade Enlighten, and it looks like this. And I'm going to get that same brush and just dab it onto the inner corner. This is super sparkly. This is why I wanted to add a little bit of a base, so it just showed up. Any residue I have, I just brush it off. Now I'm going to move on to my powders, like powder bronzer, powder blush. Powder bronzer, I'm taking out my duo and just using that to lightly bronze my face. And then on my nose, on the lips, I'm gonna grab this contour shade. This is the Dior Forever bronzer, natural bronze in the shade Amber Bronze. Just gonna be going over my nose a little bit. I love making it look like super button-like. And then I just kind of like pat some of it off so it's not too crazy. Okay, this is where I go super crazy with the blush. I'm using the Rare Beauty blush in the shade Hope. One thing I love about this blush is that it has like highlighter pieces in the blush. I'm gonna use this Real Techniques brush. This is the Seamless Complexion brush, and I'm just gonna go over here. This is like so perfect for this area. I'm gonna just pack that in and then just place that right here. I love this blush, it's so pretty. And then just blend that with so pink and so pretty, so pink and so pretty. Okay, now I'm gonna go the extra mile and I'm gonna grab my Morphe palette. I'm gonna use this shade right here. You see that pink? Do you guys see that pink? We're gonna pack this brush on and we're just gonna go under here. Yeah. Gonna do the same with this eye. Okay, the last thing I'm gonna grab is this cool toned blush and kind of just blend all of that together. You can get any cool tone blush. Yeah, very cute. This is just super pink, super blushed, and I'm obsessed. Now that we're looking really pink, really cute, I'm gonna add some freckles. Gonna add some freckles just to accentuate the contouring of the nose. I find that when I do freckles, it just like contours my nose a little bit more. Get a bit of powder. I'm going to be using the Charlotte Tilbury powder, and also I use this freckle pen. It's from Amazon. You can literally just type in freckle pen on Amazon and it will literally like pop up. Also powder the rest of my face down. I think I want to deepen the blush just a little bit further, so I'm going to grab the Dior blush. This, I forgot the name of this. I think the shade is called Cherry. Looks like this, and I'm just gonna just kind of go over, you know, what I had, just to deepen it out even more. I don't want to put any eyeshadow on my eye because I feel like there's a lot going on the face, and I just don't want to do too much. But we're gonna add some highlighter to the face. I'm gonna be using the Fenty Beauty highlighter in the shade How Many Carats. If y'all know, then you know. This is like, I've had this for years. I think I got this for my 16th birthday and I'm 23 now. I've had this for a very long time. And we're just gonna go over, this is like one of the best blushes, one of the best highlighters that I ever use. Like, it's pure sparkle. And I guess I'll just put that, since I'm not having anything on my eye, I could just put that right here. I've got quite hooded eyes. Do I? I think I do have hooded eyes, you know. Eyeshadow is kind of like difficult anyways. I love putting highlighter on like this part of my eye because it just looks so sparkly and pretty. Okay, cool. Now that that's done, I think I'm gonna set my face with setting spray just so everything marinates together, and then I'm gonna move on to lips and then we're gonna do moles. Okay, for my setting spray, I'm gonna be using the Urban Decay All Nighter setting spray. This is my favorite setting spray ever. Everything just blends beautifully together, so BRB, and we're done. I'm just gonna get some translucent powder. This is from Collection, and just go over any places where I'm like, you're a bit too shiny, like my T-zone. Just lightly go over that. Just blend it with a brush. Now let's move on to the lips. For lips, I'm gonna keep it very chill. I don't want to do too much. So I'm gonna use the Morphe lip liner in the shade Sweet Tea. And just go over. Okay, I'm going to use the Morphe Drip Gloss Glazed Lip Gloss and just go over my lips. It's a really cute baby doll pink. Cute. I'm gonna now use the Fenty Beauty Gloss Bomb in the shade Sweet Mouth and just go over and just kind of alternate from the two. I'm gonna use the e.l.f. lip oil It's a bit like darker, it's a bit sparkly. Things like that. Just add it. Just to add a bit more depth to the lips. And then go over again with the light one. Now we're gonna just do the finishing touches of our makeup, and I'm gonna use the Sunkissed Fake It Freckles pen. This is meant for freckles, but I use it for moles because it's quite strong. I already have a mole here, so I just usually do that, and then any blemishes I have, I just usually use that for one of those. Okay guys, this is my Valentine's makeup look. I hope you guys have enjoyed this full tutorial of this glam. I'm absolutely obsessed. I've always wanted to have a moment where I just like go crazy with the blush, and I'm so glad I did. So yeah guys, happy Valentine's Day, and I hope you guys take care of yourselves, look after yourself, have fun, stay hydrated, stay happy, stay soft, stay loving, and yeah guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in my next video. Bye.